Running the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie on a very cold morning. 20, wind chill of 10, Odie.
I got my long sleeve. This is only one of two long sleeve shirts that I've got.
It's a good day to wear one.
It's a good day to wear one. You had to give me one of them.
Anything that you can wrap around your head, do so now, because it is, that wind is not playing. We've got sustained winds of 5 to 10 and then gusts of 20 miles an hour outside this morning, Odie.
Yeah. The temperature's not that terrible.
Odie, it's 20. That's terrible.
But it's the dang wind that will hurt you.
Yeah, and it will hurt.
Man.
Again, it's still holding at that wind chill of 10. And I'm not sure about this, but there's rumor, Odie, that the Smithsonian has called already wanting a picture of this to hang up there.
Uh-oh.
Let me show you.
YMCA.
Did y'all see this?
I think that's awesome.
They actually did perform last night at one of the ceremonies that was going on and getting ready for the inauguration today. The Village People, and he came out and danced, and pretty good stuff there.
You know, originally they were not real happy that Trump started using that song.
That. They are now.
Until they started seeing their sales, and they said, "Hey, can we come sing with you?"
Did you see the interview with Kid Rock?
No, I haven't.
All right,
I need to go
Rock
back and look at that.
Performed for Donald Trump. He also performed for Barack Obama. And I watched the interview where he talked about that, where Michelle's not going to come to the inauguration. He goes, look, I was not a supporter of Barack Obama, but he goes, I respect the office of president. He goes, I was asked to perform for the president of the United States, and I did it. And he said, same as I'm doing with Donald Trump. And then he went into, he hated he didn't have some polls that went, and he, you know how Kid Rock is. He just goes,
yeah. Let me just go ahead and tell you.
But Kid Rock is something else. And he ended his performance last night thanking God, thanking the country for voting Donald Trump in, and what God bless us over the next 4 years. So Kid has his heart in the right place.
Yeah.
And we'll see how all of that goes. And, of course, there's a lot of changes in Washington, D.C. If you're going to be in Washington, D.C., you're not going to be able to watch it due to the weather. The last time this happened, Odie, was 1985 at Ronald Reagan's second.
Yep, that was his second.
The rotunda. It'll be very few people that get to come in there. But, again, it's going to be the weather.
Now, you had a live reporter from Washington yesterday.
I did.
Didn't you?
Yeah. Greg.
That was talking about that. Mr. Hill brought on. There he is right there.
Let's just play what he had to say here. Let's back this up. He was there as we look at this. You know, I think that played right. I think everybody was able to hear it. If you were not, then let me go. Let me get the comments up here to make sure. No, there was no sound on that, is what someone said. But he was basically talking about, I don't know why that didn't play right.
Yeah.
That he was in Washington with what was going on, very cold weather there. And I have no clue why that didn't work.
We hate that. Said there was a huge long line.
Snakes through all these buildings.
There we go.
And then goes all the way down past Constitutional, all the way to Pennsylvania.
Let's back this up where you can actually hear.
All right, Scotty Ray, the line to get into the arena today is about 4.5 miles long, probably. Snakes through all these buildings, and then goes all the way down past Constitutional, all the way to Pennsylvania. It's all the way across where the Capitol building is across the street. So the line is crazy. We're not going to be able to get in there, but even though we had tickets to get in, there's the Capitol. But hey, enjoy it on TV. We will watch it the same way, probably.
4.5 miles, Odie. And we'll get some more reports from Washington today also there. Sorry about that sound issue at the beginning. I didn't realize that was turned off. That's called pre-planning. I should have checked it, shouldn't I?
No, this is on the fly, live on air.
We try to fix as much as we can. We're going to get into the weather here in just a little bit about what's going on. Don't forget, downtown Meridian today at high noon, a parade, the MLK Parade, will happen today at downtown. You'll be able to go down and watch that. We'll try to carry that live as well where you can see it. And then I believe it's 11 o'clock our time. The ceremony will happen in Washington because they're at 12 Eastern, which will be 11 here is when it will all happen.
That's correct. Yep.
He will swear upon with 2 Bibles. He will use his mom's Bible that she gave him and then Abraham Lincoln's Bible.
It is a Masonic Bible.
Is it?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I've got a picture of that Bible. It can only travel by train. It cannot be flown. It cannot be driven in a car. It can only be
Why
moved
is that?
because that is the safest mode of travel.
Really?
That's it.
Do they house it like at the Smithsonian or?
It is housed and it is kept inside of an airtight case. It only comes out of its case for a presidential inauguration.
I think Nicolas Cage could get it. I don't know about you.
He probably could. He's got the key to the lock.
Don't y'all? I love those National Treasury movies.
Yeah, I do too.
What will happen in these first few hours? We are expecting somewhere around 200 presidential executive orders today.
Yeah.
Now, I know you saw the headline on this, and I don't. Before I say it, I don't have the answer to it. There was a rumor that broke out. Was the New York Times one of those that broke a story about deportations that were going to start immediately? Well, those plans are spoiled if that is true. We'll wait to see what happens with that. But it's going to be some shakeups of cutting some people off now. It's going to be where you're held accountable, and we'll see how it goes. Most of America is behind this. They want higher wages. They want to pay less for the gas and eggs. Let's see what happens.
Keep more money that you make.
Yes, so that's what it's all about.
And then you brought up some of the executive orders, pardons. We expect to see him pardon your J6 that they prosecuted yesterday.
Yeah, it was a female.
The last one says she's going to go ahead and do that. And then, yes, he's supposed to come in and pardon. But here's the difference. She's charged with a crime. Whether it's the right charge or not.
She was charged.
She was charged with a crime.
So what are you getting at there, Odie?
So I'm getting at, there's some more rumors going around that Fauci got a pardon.
And also the J6 committee.
And the committee. They have not been charged with a crime. So a pardon, let's go look at this.
What's the definition?
A pardon, a release from the legal penalties of an offense. 2, an official warrant of remission of penalty as an act of clemency, or an excuse or forgiveness of a fault or offense. A clemency is a willingness or ability to moderate the severity of a punishment as a sentence, or an act or instance of mercy, compassion, or forgiveness. So this goes back to, there's got to be a crime. You have to be charged with a crime before you can get a pardon.
That makes sense.
So now if he pardons these people, how can you do that legally without a crime? So maybe if he gives it a pardon, you know that pardon has to be accepted. If you do something and you get a pardon, you can say, I don't want that. But if you do want it, you say, yes, I'll take it. Are you then admitting to a crime? And if you are, aren't you telling everybody that you were guilty to begin with without being charged, and now we can charge you?
Now, Austin is saying that they're giving immunity, not a pardon, which is outside.
Yeah, but I don't think the president can give immunity. The president can only give you a pardon and clemency and amnesty,
Yeah,
but
so what he's
amnesty
saying,
does
which is
not do that.
outside of executive control. And I don't know the answer to all these things.
That's correct.
But
Now,
that backs up.
That only covers federal.
Doesn't cover state
Doesn't
and
cover
city.
state. It covers federal and Washington, D.C.
I don't think Nixon was charged. Wasn't Nixon already charged with everything?
Yes, he was charged before they pardoned him.
And it would be years later that Ford, or at least on into his presidency, that he pardoned him.
Yeah. So he was officially charged.
Now, and as you will remember, Jimmy Carter pardoned Robert E. Lee. And how many 100 and something years later he pardoned him for any crimes that he may have committed against the U.S.?
Now, clemency was given to the soldiers of the war between the states by Lincoln after the war, so nobody could go back on them during wartime and do war crimes. This is not a war crime. This is something totally different.
And again, we don't know that they would have been charged for anything. We still don't.
Don't have a clue. But this J6 committee and Fauci, and you're pardoning for what? A mask? I mean, everybody. If you're wearing a mask now, it's because you are. Unless you have a solid medical reason,
They
it is not
basically proved that wasn't
and
helping.
Fauci came out and said, well, I was just seeing if I could make everybody do it.
Well, it did.
And he did.
It worked.
And
I still pass
wrong.
people in a car every now and then wearing one. I thought, well, that's a little different there.
And if you've got to have it, I'm with you. But if it's because of COVID, please
I know a lot of
educate
people
yourself.
wear them when they cut grass so it won't go up their nose and
Yeah,
things. I get it. We'll be right back. We're going to go over snow chances. We're going to go over what we know is closed. All of the above, the good stuff. Y'all stay with us. We ain't going nowhere.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie on a very cold morning. 20 outside as you're waking up, wind chill of 10. Now, we've already, Odie, been prompted that, and I went over this a little bit earlier, but let's go back up it for the folks who are joining us that weren't on that first show at 6 o'clock. As we go here, here's what we have straight from our webpage, the closings that we already know about. This is for tomorrow and Wednesday, and we've got them referenced here. University of West Alabama, Livingston is closed tomorrow. Jones Junior College, which is due south of here, closed Tuesday, Wednesday. East Central, which is in Decatur, closed Tuesday. East Mississippi, your scuba campuses, all of those are closed tomorrow. William Carey University is closed tomorrow. Wayne Academy and Wayne County schools are closed Tuesday and Wednesday. Laurel School District closed Tuesday and Wednesday. And the Jones County School District is also closed for tomorrow. So that gives you a heads up of that. Now, if your business is planning on closing, or if you've got a school that is going to be closing, please inbox us. Let us know somehow, or you can email us. Either way that you want to do that. As we get into what is forecasted, what is coming. The National Weather Service, as I talked about earlier, is sticking with half an inch or less for the Meridian area. Yeah. A lot of the models, Odie, as I've pointed out and shown, don't show that. But the National Weather Service, and we'll stick by what they've got to say, that there could be. Now, most models and every forecast is saying there is going to be some form of snow. National Weather Service is the only one that is still saying that there could be accumulation in the Meridian area. And when I say Meridian area, let me pull up the map and show you what I mean by Meridian area. We want to be very clear, not foggy, make anything foggy for anyone. Here's the radar this morning. Let me pull this down. When we say Meridian area, this is all of this area right here, including Livingston, Utah, these areas right there. Now, as we look at our different models there, you'll still see that we're still under a winter storm watch. When you get to this pink area, Odie, here's Wayne County, Waynesboro. If you're going toward the coast, Hattiesburg to Macomb, just south of Natchez, all of that is a winter storm warning, which means it is a coming, including Mobile, Crestview, on up to Selma, Alabama, and Montgomery included in this. Most models of what we're seeing is this snow is going to come through and cut through Clark County. Not all of Clark County would see a heavy amount of snow, but we're seeing portions of it here. Now, let me do this, Odie, and pull this back up. We showed this earlier, our different models, and let me just pull it up where everybody can see it from beginning. All right, let me pull this down where we can show these different maps. Here's what the National Weather Service is showing us as of this morning. They put this out at 4 a.m. They include Kemper and Newton, Philadelphia, Neshoba, and back over to Scott County of getting some form of snow. They show that Meridian, Clark County, Jasper County, Newton County, Scott and Leake would get a significant amount. And then when you get to a level 3, which would be Laurel and south all the way to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. As you look at this, it says up to 2 inches possible. I do not see it. I'm not being ugly. I just want to be up front of what I see in these forecast models. I just don't see it. We've got the National Weather Service still calling for half an inch or less of accumulation. No other forecast that I find that does the weather every day agrees with that. They all say snow, but no one else is saying accumulation but the National Weather Service. Now, let's take a deep breath and say this. Say we get just a little bit, and there's a few specks. That can cause problems at 19 and 13 degrees on a bridge, can it? Slip. We could have a problem there. Let me show you these models, Odie. This is what is coming in from the National Weather Service in Bama. As you'll see, that Demopolis area, Clanton, and then you get to this worst area down here around Mobile showing it. Cold weather, we all know that is happening. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Here's our first model of snow. This is Clark County right here. This MEI is Meridian. This is Kemper County. This is Noxubee County. This is Louisville. This is Jasper County right here. This is going to cut right through Pachuta area right along in there. And this is Clark County showing getting snow, and then everything south of there. Our next model shows that this is the European model, shows that the Meridian area could get some snow. This goes all the way into Kemper here, and this is basically what they're branding it on. Now, this next one, and as you'll notice, there's the heavy amount of snow. This is what they call a blended model, Odie, as we look at this, to where they take every one of these maps and they put it together and come up with their projection of what could happen with snow. And it is showing here Lauderdale County, 0.2 of an inch for Lauderdale County, as you'll look at that. 2 to 3/10 of an inch, showing that southern Newton County getting a significant amount and Clark County getting more. What will happen with all of this? It's a guessing game. We are going to see snow. There is no doubt in the forecast there is snow. The question is there going to be a lot of accumulation? As we take that deep breath and step back from this, let's just talk about that weather, what I mentioned a moment ago, and you can back me up on this and tell your side of this. When you're at 15, you're at 18 degrees, and anything falls from the sky, what happens?
It's immediately frozen. And that's what we don't want to get is accumulation on these roads. And we've got wind that make this slick. Y'all, you pull up the internet on Facebook, and Scotty Ray, just about every single day, even when it is sunshiny, is reporting a wreck while it's sunshiny and it's dry. Imagine the amount of wrecks if we have that many when it's sunshiny. How many when we have if there's a little bit of ice on the road? A lot of caution has to go in on this. You think he's been busy on these dry days? Wait till we get a little ice on the road, and he's going to be busier than a cat.
Now, even my radar system, as we look at this, is showing that 60% chance of snow tomorrow on my radar system. You've got the when it comes to the Weather Channel, They're calling it flurries, and even Weather Underground is calling it flurries. National Weather Service says 60%, so does my radar, 60% chance of snow. It's the accumulation part that I want to keep going back to. I don't want anybody to say I'm not saying it's not going to snow. It's how much it will and how much will stick. That is the iffy part. So when you don't know, we're going to stick with what the National Weather Service, and again, this is what they put out at 4 a.m. this morning, of the potential for snow. So we've got to go along with that until they change. When's the next briefing when they will do this, Odie?
We'll have a briefing at 2 p.m. I feel like that's when discussions with schools will be there. And then a new study will come out around 5 o'clock. So
5-ish?
I'd say 6:30 to 7 o'clock will be some decisions will be made, and looking at what could be possible in our area. But yeah, here's the thing. I mean, be careful. If you don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, don't. We don't want ice on our roads.
Correct.
If we have a lot of traffic before the snow starts, we can clear the roads with normal traffic. That's on high traffic roads. But then what does the day bring, and what do our roads look like throughout the day? That's the biggest key, is staying in touch in front of what we may get. Mother Nature, y'all go tell her what you want her to do. She don't listen.
No, she doesn't. Now, one thing with no one is being conflicting on is the fact that it's going to be bitter cold, and this is being done. We got a few of these open, Odie.
Yeah.
And I know that you know a lot about the Multi-County Community Service Agency.
Yeah, they're going to be open. The decision will probably be made later today of how long. It did normally go overnight. And then during the day you had to leave, but because of the bitter cold, that's probably going to remain open and not close.
That would be a good thing, because
that would be good.
You can go to your car and don't lick your mustache, because
it'll break off.
Now, a second thing that is opening up as we look at this, Odie, Salvation Army also helping out with their warming station. Opening up, will remain open through Wednesday there. This is going to have some hot chocolate there, open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. As we look at this, it's located at 1115 25th Avenue. Go by, talk to them. If you've got, and Odie, this is, and I'm putting you on the spot here, this next question. I'm asked this a lot, and I never know the exact way to answer it. If I've got a lightly, gently used coat that somebody else could put to use, where do I take that to give to who?
You take that down to off 9th Avenue, and I can't believe...
you went blank like I was?
I went blank. We've used them so much, the Bikers for Kids...
Wesley House?
Wesley House.
Okay.
Take it to the Wesley House. Let them go through it. They've got people who constantly come up needing clothes, needing food. Okay. They'll be able to get that out to somebody.
I'm glad to know.
that needs it.
And simply how to describe where that is, if you're coming into Meridian, you come up, we're at 39 bypass, go straight like you're going to downtown. You'll pass the Honda dealership, Meridian Honda. Yep. It'll be on the right-hand side of the road at the next red light. Like you're going to the hospitals, instead of going on up 14th, take a right, and Wesley House is right there. Good folks.
Good folks. So they asked about when DOT was going to spread the gravel. They did spread some dirt a couple of years ago, gravel, but no gravel. Now they did use salt in years past. Using a new product this year. I think they started using it last year. This is a liquid product that was being used for years up north. So right. Obviously, if it works up there, you should be able to
they
work
ought to
down
know.
Here. So they're going to try it out. If I'm not mistaken, they were out yesterday pre-treating, getting this stuff laid down on these bridges, staying ahead of the game. MDOT is definitely out there working ahead of this storm. One thing we've got going for us with this storm that we haven't had in previous years with freezing is normally we get rain coming in while it's still above freezing, and then it freezes and everything wet is all of a sudden ice. We've been lucky this year that we're fairly dry. We're not raining right now when the temperatures drop down. So hopefully this liquid spray that they use, it's got a thermal property to it, and this should be better than what we've used in the past or what they've used. So kudos to MDOT staying ahead of this.
That's good.
And getting this stuff done, and hopefully it's going to help.
One other warming station we want to mention is Jasper County. They're also going to have one open at 124 Edmund King Road in Bay Springs. So if you're in the Jasper County area and need a place to warm up, that's the place to go to. Again, we've got a lot still to discuss. Boy, we've had our fair amount of a large amount of fires over the weekend. We'll tell you about those next with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Here at Meridian Cycles, we're your CF Moto headquarters. And here at the end of the year, we have a special deal on CF Moto C-Force 500 four-wheelers. We're offering these for only $69.99 plus tax and title. It is a fantastic deal. And let me tell you some of the features that this four-wheeler has. This C-Force 500 features aluminum wheels, power steering, and a 2,500-pound winch, all at an incredible price of $69.99 plus tax and title. Come see us at Meridian Cycles, 80 Highway 19 North, right here in Meridian, or call 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And a big thank you. I forgot to bring this up. WMOX joins us on our first show at 6:30 daily now. A big thank you to MOX for carrying the show there. If you're out and about and for some reason lose your internet connection, you can listen to it on the radio, that 6:30 show. Did you see this where the governor went ahead and got an ink pen out?
Yeah, he did.
He threw it on out there. We're under a winter weather state of emergency. So that helps with assistance should something happen, correct?
Well, that will help. We'll still have to do a local one if something was to happen. And then we would have to have an extreme amount of damage for us to apply to the state, and then another extreme amount of damage statewide to apply to FEMA to get any money back. But what this does help with is we do a state of emergency, and it will allow the schools to miss a day and not have to be made up.
Oh, and I didn't know that.
So
good point there.
That's a big help. So if the school's sitting back going, look, we've already took a couple of snow days, we really don't need to, because we need to make sure we've got enough days left at the end of the year. This helps because it does not count against them.
As we turn to Hattiesburg, we got someone missing, and the connection is there's a connection in between Lauderdale County. I think she was originally from Meridian and has moved to that area there. We have a young lady that is missing from Hattiesburg. As we look at, she was last seen South 28th Avenue. On Hardy Street near the hospitals there. We got a number to reach the Hattiesburg Police or Angela Davis there. Her name is Elena Walker is what she goes by. Last seen Thursday wearing a pink jacket and blue jeans. She suffers from a medical condition. She is currently off her medication. So if you've seen her, Hattiesburg area, Meridian area, please contact a law enforcement agency to help her out.
Definitely.
Sometimes
get her back to safety.
Yeah, you can be clouded sometimes when you're off your medication and just not aware of what's going on. We had a fire last night. The 300 block of C Street. As we'll look at this, let's look at our first one. Here we go. and then we can look at the
Avenue. Then turn right on D Street.
we're turning somewhere.
Yeah.
Meridian Fire Department working hard there.
Man, they do a great job.
And if we were to watch the whole minute, we could see the police officer being ugly to me at the end. You can go back and watch that. It's a certain thing called the, freedom of press. They seem to have misplaced that little note there.
But you've got something very important to talk about from that fire.
And would you believe I just lost it, Odie? And we had somebody that was saved there.
Man.
Let me go back to it here and find that, because what the guy told us was good. Let me go slide back down, and I had a case of the itchy finger when that happened, and it went away here.
We're live here from C Street this afternoon.
All right, let me pull this up. This gentleman was there with me last night.
This is, kudos, you see this man out today.
Yeah. Let's hit play.
Night weather is another home fire. And Keaton, you were walking by when this happened. Tell me what you saw.
Yes, sir. When I walked by, I saw the fires coming out the storage room, and it was blazing high, and it was uncontrollable. And I heard dudes screaming from the house, and I had to go around the back, and I saved the man out the house.
Because, when I got the call on this, it was anywhere from 2 to 3 people. I didn't know how many people left in the house. So you got one out, and everybody else?
Yes, sir. Well, he said it was just him in the house by himself, so that it was nobody else in there.
That's good.
I made sure. I even asked him when he came out the window. I asked him again, was anybody else in there, and he said no.
Well, dude, you done your good deed of the day, man. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about, is helping your neighbor.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate it, man. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you.
And again, that was there. Save somebody, Odie. That's good.
I mean, being there, God puts people in the right place at the right time. Put him in there. Bob, you said it correct. True hero for him. He didn't just stand back, make a call, and say, hey, we need somebody. He went up when he heard this man, was able to put his life at risk to get this man. Kudos to him.
Now, that loud noise was all the diesel engines that were running there last night. That's why it was so...
Yeah, running those pumps. And go talk to Michael Ted. He's been looking for some new firefighters.
Is he now?
You've got what it takes. If you're going to go up there without protection on, go talk to Michael Ted down there at Meridian Fire Department. He might find a place for you. Get you a good job.
Now, also, as we talk about fires, we had another fire in the Zero community, and you would have to call this one of their own. We had a Meridian Fire Department employee lose their home yesterday out in the Zero community as we go here. And let me rewind this, Odie, and show you just how smoky this was as we came up to the fire on this. The home completely destroyed there.
Man.
They did get the fire out, but there's nothing that was saved. This was on Acock Road. Look how smoky that was.
Man, it's terrible knowing that one of your own's fire, that anybody's home is on fire.
Right.
But Meridian Fire Department did go and assist. With that was one of theirs. Worked at Station 5, I believe.
You can barely start to see the house here through the smoke. We've got several other pictures that you can take a look at of that. But think about this family as they recuperate from this of losing their home. A bad situation. Also, early yesterday morning, I believe it was 4:40, somewhere along in there.
Ooh, early.
Ellie gave me a lick on the face and said, move. Well, I was sleeping late. Normally, I'm up at 3. And she said, go. I was, what's up? And we would have to go to Pine Springs Road. This was down at the mobile home park. This would be a barn inside there.
Oh, wow.
You want to
Looks
talk
like
about
they got furniture out of it before it burned.
Possible, yeah. There's the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. On looking at this, Odie, this went up so quick.
Man.
this was before the first fire truck was just arriving there. As I said, it was like that. That's how you call it, knotted pine, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, lighter knot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How quickly a fire can go. Chambersville, boy, they weren't immune either. Look at this. This was a shed fire there this weekend. It was just on and on of different little fires and things in our neighborhood. Now, crime at this point has calmed down a little bit because it's so cold. Even criminals get cold, y'all.
Yeah.
So they're staying kind of low. I'm not saying that nothing's going to happen, but we're seeing a little bit lax of crime due to the fact that it is cold. It's a pattern every year. The warmer it gets, the more activity, the more people are out, the more things happen.
Yep.
As we watch this. We'll be right back. We got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Odie on this bright and early Monday morning, January the 20th.
We almost through with this month.
Hush up. I got a birthday coming up next month. I don't need another. I guess I do, don't I?
You want one.
Yeah, I do now that I think about that. Let me backtrack on that.
Yeah.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I was looking for a correction.
Somebody put on there, I think it was Bob, are we expecting a lot of power outage? We don't really with this because it's just snow that we could see. If it was freezing rain, yes, we'd be worried about the water, the ice being on all these power lines and tree limbs and having them fall. But with this just being what little snow we may get, we don't see where it's going to weigh down too many branches or the power lines. So hopefully we won't experience a whole lot of power outage. It's what we're crossing our fingers for. And we know there's a lot of people out there that's saying that we're going to get up to 2 inches, up to a half an inch. But everything that we see with the radar is strictly just a frosting.
We'll see. Again, we'll have another briefing later this afternoon, and again, whatever comes out of that, we're going to put out for you so you'll know earliest. I made a correction on this. Judge Roberts sent me a message last night and said, hey, you got something a little confused here. Airplane. I had got it written wrong. This is called a goshawk, if I am not.
We'll say goose or gosh.
Not goosehawk, but it's a goshawk.
Oh.
I don't know enough about military planes so that's what we're going to call it there. Isn't that pretty?
That's the new trainer, I believe.
Yeah, the new paint scheme.
Paint scheme for it used to be red, white and orange.
Yeah, I think we've got one in the background that we'll flip over. Look at that.
Man.
There we go. That's the old.
Yep.
So, new paint coming there. Big thank you to Scott Stevens
Ooh, that's
for sending that. That's real good. Did we mention about people that try to take things that aren't there? Druid Hills. Let's just go ahead here, Odie, and show this. This was sent in to me from a homeowner. If you'll watch here, let's pull this over where everybody can see this. Things that go thump in the middle of the night. If you'll watch this side of your screen, you're going to see a person approach this car. And I had 5 or 6 other videos that associated with this, but here we go. There he comes. And he's getting to the car. We're fixing to switch cameras. He opens up the car door.
Yeah.
And starts taking anything they can. Now, again, use caution with leaving anything that is open. As you can tell, he's going to take what he can, and he goes off into the dark, checks every car around. A lot of these guys will break windows if they're not open, but end of the day, and I know it's your car, and it's your right to leave whatever you want, but there are thieves that want it. Don't leave any valuables visible because they will take it, right?
They don't care. They have nothing else to do. They don't have to get up and go to work the next morning. They're going to take whatever they want, wherever they want, and not worry about what the consequence may be.
Well, speaking of consequences, we happen to have a few of those.
Uh-oh. Somebody answering.
Eric Lyons sent me a message and said, hey, I took care of that little problem I had. And here you go. An arrest has been made. An armed robbery happened January 10th around 9:30 p.m. As you'll see there, look at that. Gloves, whole 9 yards, going through the cash register, taking money. He was later arrested for this. 41 years old. He's been taken into custody on East Main Street, charged with armed robbery, and been booked into the Lee County Jail. No bond at this time, which is good.
No bond? Boy, they don't play.
No, they're not. He got $1,300 out of the cash register and fled with it. So that was not nice of him to do that.
No, not at all.
Glad he's been caught. We also had from Sebastopol, they were looking for somebody in questioning in a shooting, and he has been taken into custody there. There's that Mississippi driver's license from the Sebastopol Police Department. They have caught him and taken into custody. And as you look there's the crimes there. This was gunfire yesterday morning, and that's been settled as well. We like to see that when a case comes to a close there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is happening. We got to say congratulations to Scuba.
It was two schools.
Yeah. Scuba got third place, and Hines Community College got first place in the cheerleading nationals down in Florida. That's a big deal. Here's Scuba.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Man.
EMCC. And then we'll look at that. Hines Community College, number 1. Coastal Alabama, number 2. And EMCC comes in third. First time ever for Scuba to place in this event.
Oh, wow. They're catching up with the football team.
Yeah, so Mississippi, Mississippi done absolutely wonderful at this cheer, and we couldn't be more proud of them to brag on that. That is a real good deal there. Let's see what else is going on here. I'm not getting into anybody's financial things. There was a glitch at a bank. We were flooded with comments about this, and here's a report about it. Capital One, they had some payroll issues with Ochsner employees. I think it's all been straightened out or about to be straightened out.
That was Capital One had the mess up. It wasn't Ochsner's.
Correct.
But now Capital One also turned around, and I don't remember what company it was, maybe Chase, and got with them and said, hey, look, we're having problems. I'm going to send you this. I need you to pay these people. So it took a few hours, but from what we understand, everybody did get paid that day. Some of them got paid by Chase, another company.
Right.
So kudos to the other companies owning up to it and finding a way to get money out there. But we know that it was a scare for people not receiving a check. But that was nothing that Ochsner's here local did.
Correct.
It was completely out of their control.
And things like that happen. I knew a company a while back that they had somebody on their payroll that had the same name as a huge criminal, and they seized everything until they figured it out.
Reg.
You just happen to have the wrong name, son.
Yeah.
Joy says that Tennessee Tech got fourth place in the cheerleading. That's great, fellas.
Look at there.
Well, let's see here.
Pretty good.
What happens when they take away your manhood?
Uh-oh.
You run away from home. And this is a child's pet. Here he is there. Bailey area. Cal McRae is missing his pup there. He just been to the doctor there, and as you'll see,
back to get him.
Yes, sir. And the bandages says it all. And he has left home. If you happen to see him running around very cold, the kids would love to have him home. Now,
fella.
we also got some more, if I am not mistaken. This little fella here. Now, I ain't never seen a cuter face than this.
Oh, he's got it, doesn't he?
There we go there. Have you seen him? Wednesday, Newton Martin Road.
Yeah,
that's a little while out in the cold weather. We certainly hope he makes it home there. And I want to say we got one more.
Y'all make sure y'all have some hay or something for your pets. It's cold, and it's going to get colder.
I can't seem to find the other one. Let's go to the big ribbon cutting on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was cold.
Yes.
Right there. This is the new Frank Cochran Center. Was that a 200-inch TV inside there?
If you get that fella right there to stand up next to it, we'll be able to judge what's good gravy.
He's tall. I forget how tall he is.
Well, you can tell there's a lot of short people in that one.
Man, he's a mountain of a fella there.
Yes, he is.
And I thought I have. Let's go through. I think I got a picture.
Oh, you do?
Of the TV.
It's in there.
Let's see. Oh, there's the chief.
There's the TV.
Let me back up.
That ain't TV.
That thing is humongous.
That's
Now this will be available for rentals at Frank Cochran, which we've there's where you can drive in to bring your stuff there. But it's humongous room, a lot bigger than the old building. So that will be available for rent. And
you used to have wrestling and boxing, and had a bunch of stuff that was always at that place.
Sure was. Man. So a few of the things that happened there over the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be right. We hadn't done any history. We're going to do a little short version of that in just a second. We'll be right back.
There you go.
Don't rush off. Got some more to learn this morning. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we begin this cold morning, and it ain't over yet. We got a lot of cold weather still to come.
Yes, we do. Throughout the day and tomorrow. Y'all keep yourself warm, your pipes, your neighbors, your pets. Check on your neighbors. Make sure everybody's okay during this cold weather.
I've always, I can remember this from a kid. I guess it was a love story that just went on and on and on. Good night, Gracie. We'd always hear you say that.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
It was 1896 this young fellow would be born, and he would go on to be having a song, one of the oldest persons to ever have a number one. I wish I was 18 again.
Yes.
Don't we all? As we remember, George Burns, born on this day in 1896. Always had that cigar.
He played God.
He sure did.
And then that movie, I Wish I Was 18 Again, he played in one of those versions. There's been 3 or 4 of them that's been out like that. But old George, he was a good guy.
Real classy there. Buzz Lightyear was born today. Well, everybody knows him as that. Buzz Aldrin, born in 1930 today.
Yeah.
One of our big astronauts there. What else happened today? It would be 1961 that the swearing in of JFK would happen today.
That's it.
That's what it looked like, that familiar blue outfit. As we go to 1965, The Letter, Soul, the Grundy County Auction, and so many other songs. John Michael Montgomery, born today in 1965. He's Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry's brother, if you didn't know that. Who else we got having stuff today? Oh, was this not funny? Anybody remember watching The Ghost and Mr. Chicken?
Was that the one
where
he had a gun that was on a timer? Or
he had to spend the night in the house,
in the haunted house.
It was real similar to the episode that him and Andy did of the house that was haunted, and they made a movie about it.
Yeah,
it was downright good. The eyeballs in the picture following you.
There was one, it was that detective or something, and he had a gun but it was on a timer. And when he needed it, he couldn't. Yeah.
And that may be. It's been many years since I saw it. At one point, she was in that Clueless movie, I believe. Then she would go on to become a Fox News analyst. And what was that song the J. Giles Band had? My Angel is a Centerfold.
Yeah.
Yes, sirree. Stacey Dash, born in 1967. She done all the above. Well, leave it at that.
All right.
We're going to the next
she
story.
She was on the top and the bottom of the fold.
I ain't touching that. I don't know what you're talking about there, Odie. Never seen anything like that in my life. A warden led a prisoner down the hallway. And as he got there, he said, "Let him sing me back home." It was number one this day in 1968. A lot of people have re-recorded that song. It's strong. If you've never heard it, listen to that. It'll touch your heart there. It was 1973 for the first time he would play the Opry. Everything was calm, and to my knowledge, nothing caught on fire. Jerry Lee at
Not
the
even the piano.
He usually set them on fire, and I guess they told him he couldn't do that at the Opry. But it did happen in 73 on this date. Soul Song. Anybody remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we go back for Joe Stampley. He's the guy that brought you the song, If You've Got 10 Minutes to Fall in Love. Mo and Joe. Hey, Mo, where'd you get that pretty girl? If you'll remember them, Mo Bandy, of course, from
Mo Bandy.
Meridian, Mississippi. We will go back to an album that came out today. And again, this was a time that I didn't get it. I respect what he done because so many people love the guy. It just was not my particular Brown-Eyed Girl I loved, and I never stepped on a pop top and had to stroll on back home or do any of those things because, well, I wasn't drinking with him. But Jimmy Buffett, the big album came out today in 77. Changes in Latitude and Attitudes. Margaritaville was on it.
Margaritaville.
It would become his biggest song, and believe it or not, it never went number one.
I know, that's something.
It would be Alan Jackson. It's 5 o'clock somewhere before he would have his first one. I somehow or another in this lineup forgot our 1976 inauguration. I slipped me. I didn't get it, Jimmy Carter's. But we do have when Ronnie was sworn in for the first time there in 80. It would be 85 that he would have to go indoors like we're going to do today.
Well, you know, Pelosi said it'd be a cold day, and when President Trump was reelected.
That bites, doesn't it? Bless Nancy. I bet she's having trouble dealing with that today.
Yeah.
And I really hate that we don't have any more of those clips. That man will not be president. Remember that little clip?
Well, you remember when he said something about Trump says, Obama, you'll go down as the worst president in American history. And then Obama goes, he had his microphone, he goes, at least I'll go down as a president and drop the mic.
Yeah. Had to eat your words. Really and truly, as we look at exit polls, we've got somebody that has beat Jimmy Carter leaving office, and that would be our little friend.
Well, I mean, Obama's proud.
Yeah.
Because Obama is not the worst president, nor Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter would be happy if he were here.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy was glad to see Barack, and Barack is so happy that Biden came along because Biden is the worst, or whoever was signing papers for him is the worst president.
I did see a poll, and this is one of the strongest ever, of an incoming president sitting at 60% as the nation.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what affiliation you have, whether it's Democrat, Republican, Independent, 60% of Americans are ecstatic about what is coming.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. This next guy was born in 1985. He's woolly. He's kind of woolly.
Well, it's cold outside.
Brantley Gilbert. He thinks he sings country. We're not real sure what it is, but he's there. 1985.
It's different than this group.
Yes, it is. There's no way that could ever be played on country radio, but yes, it was. We go back to 1989, and I would have, if you were to have read me the script, I'd have said, there ain't no way that's going to be a hit. There ain't no way. But believe it or not, Fonzie's Mr. C went on to become a preacher, and it worked. This was a huge hit. The Father Dowling Mysteries. He would later go on to also be in, what was that, Murder, She Wrote as a cop.
Yeah.
To help her.
Did.
Barbara Steinwick. Anybody heard that name? She was tough. She always scared me. She was worse than Heath. as we go back to the Big Valley. She'd scare me to death. Y'all remember her? Barbara Stanwyck had passed away today in 1990.
I don't remember her.
She was the lead character there. You know who this is, don't you?
Yeah, but I didn't watch the Big Valley.
You didn't?
No.
Man, that's Lee Majors. That's a $6 million man. The Fall Guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that show was really good. It was a mom who took over the ranch. Her husband had died, and she had to run it. And then her 3 sons and daughter would take over the ranch.
Okay.
Good thing there.
Huh.
One was a lawyer, and one was a roughneck. Audrey Hepburn. I didn't realize. Did you know that she was that young? I thought she was a lot older than that. On Golden Pond, you might remember that voice from that with Henry Fonda.
Wow.
This show,
Did not know that.
I watched 2 episodes and thought I'll never watch that again. It was horrible.
I did too.
And then I got convinced by my son to go back and watch the 3rd episode. And that's when the light bulb came on, and it was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
And every episode thereafter was incredible, as Breaking Bad premiered in 2008. And if you've never seen it, folks, you should watch that.
You got to go see Queen of the South. Oh, I've watched that entire season twice. Because the second time I saw stuff on there that I didn't remember the first time. Still even got surprised at the ending. But Breaking Bad,
you'll get to meet Jesse
too.
And so many characters that played in that show.
That was good.
It was 2009. We would see Barack for the first time sworn in as the 45th president of the U.S. of A. That was that would be right.
2009, 45th, yep.
And he would remain in there for 8 years.
Yeah.
I was looking at that time going, wait a minute, something doesn't add up here. As we moved, 2017, it happened, the 45th president. That was a beautiful dress she wore.
That's a beautiful woman.
What will she wear today? We'll find out. All that's coming up.
And then his son, their son, he's about that twice as tall now.
What was old Big Ear's name?
Oh, golly.
I see Mitch McConnell in the background. There's Nancy over there who says she's not coming today.
Yeah, that's fine. But
Paul
that's
somebody?
fine.
Was that his name? Paul something?
I think so. I think they had the wind was blowing and his ears flapped.
Yeah, he had gone back to the house because people didn't like him. Here's the 46th president of the United States. This happened in 21. Joe Biden sworn in. Am I right on that? Or is that 20?
It?
Yeah.
21.
Jill there with him, his hand on the Bible there. We would lose somebody today because 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's right.
Oh, Meatloaf passed away today back in 22. He was also in there trying to hijack the load.
That was it. What was it?
Black Dog.
Black Dog, yep.
And seriously, if you didn't know that was Meatloaf driving the truck as the bad guy, you'd never know that
he owned the trucking company.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad actor.
No, he really wasn't. He was bad to look at, but he could sing and he could act.
And Randy Travis, done some pretty good cowboy skits as an actor.
He did?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that other movie where he was an FBI agent that was rogue that he played. It was terrible.
He had a couple, yeah.
And then this picture is blank.
We ain't got one yet.
We'll have a picture of that a little later today.
Yeah.
That's a look back in history today coming up. We got more to talk about. So much has gone on.
Catherine and Aubrey Hepburn are 2 different people. Mm-hmm. Did you have that up there together? I didn't think so.
Did I have the wrong picture?
Just Audrey up there.
I have to go back and take a look. I may have made a mistake on something. We'll look. Make sure.
We are one of the very few places that
we make a boo-boo
mistake. We own up to it right then as soon as possible.
That's correct. So as soon as possible, we'll figure out what we done wrong. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Rock House Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. and not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rock House Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rock House Gun and Pawn. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Let's go to the correction department.
Okay, here we are.
I did have a picture of each. It's Audrey who passed away, but I also had a picture of Catherine in that picture. Now, let's get this straight. Here is Audrey who passed away today.
Yep.
Right there. And then this is Catherine who was in On Golden Pond. Two different actresses.
Yes.
Okay, so we got that straight.
So thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't have caught that.
No.
Kind of had the same last name.
Whoops. April says Barron Trump is 6'9".
He's a big old boy.
Yeah.
We had a walk last night, MLK Walk of Remembrance in Meridian, as the police department escorted this. I'm going to slide this over as they came by. This was it was very cold. This was on 7th Street last night as participants here walked from one church to the next. As they came by, the marching band from Meridian High School also played as they went along. And again, very, very, very cold. And if I am not mistaken, we had, let me see here. We had a preacher after they got to the church who had a medical emergency last night. We don't know all the details yet, but there was an emergency after everybody arrived and the church service began. So our thoughts are with the family as that came about last night also. Let's see here. What there was something else. Well, this has been a water issue in Meridian. 40th Street by King Road.
Yeah.
As you'll look at that, they've had to dig that up several times. It'll be some repaving that will have to be done there because a lot of people, if you remember, Odie, were without water for a good bit as they made that repair. Let's see here. I did cover that. We got the puppy dogs.
Yeah, the good puppy dogs.
Wanted to make sure there. Let's see. Vicksburg, they had an argument there. Nothing like shooting your brother's. Your brother shoots his girlfriend's brother. Nothing like a good argument there to start the new year off right. Well, he's going to have to answer to that. We did have a pedestrian injured during a hit and run in Jackson, Mississippi, I-55. It is, I compare it to I-20 of people that are trying to cross. 55 is probably even worse than 20 because it's extra lanes. It's in some areas, it's 6-7 lanes over there in Jackson. When you get down near county line and all that past the hospitals where it spreads.
Anybody says, why don't you put a fence up in between 20 going through there? And if that was to take place, then if there was a wreck and someone hit that fence, drug it out into the middle of the interstate with them during that wreck, it would cause a bigger pile up and more of a chance of injuries than just you hate to say someone crossing the road, but that is an extreme hazard by just putting a fence up. So it takes people using a thought.
Yes.
Common sense. Do not cross right there.
Let me take everybody down memory lane. I ran up on this picture and I thought, I know that guy from somewhere. And I studied a second, then it went, oh.
Yep.
Y'all remember him?
Everybody had that friend.
I think his name was Tom. And he was with MySpace.
Yeah.
So what happened to Tom from MySpace? He sold his company, Odie. Moved to Hawaii, and you know why he did?
He wanted to get away from it all.
Yeah, because he had $580 million deposited in his bank account. And now he
could do it.
Roams around and takes pictures of anything he wants.
And he lives wherever he wants to.
He lives a Magnum PI kind of life. Laid
back. Yeah. What if he's got a couple of donuts?
I don't know. Can y'all imagine $580 million? Nice thought, but he can do what he wants today. Congratulations.
I'd go to Bora Bora.
Oh, have mercy. Each and every day we have birthdays, and I hope you've gotten yours into us yet. Who we got birthdays today from, Odie?
We've got, let's see, we got to go back. Saturday, we had Ashley Hugh Porter had a birthday. Donna Foreman had a birthday. And Chet's calling in. Ray Sandiford had his 79th birthday Saturday. And then yesterday, Gina Rutledge had a birthday. Malcolm Jr. Davidson had a birthday yesterday. Candace Rutledge. Clara Pierce. Happy birthday, Clara. Good friend of mine. Emily Anders had a birthday. I think JJ treated her right yesterday. He? I think so. Kara Jackson had a birthday yesterday. And then today, maybe Kara Jackson's got a birthday today. Katie Burgeon, Jennifer Kenny, TJ Kingry, my great nephew Owen Gaddy, 8 years old today. And Saturday, Mark and Nelda Ingram, 45 years. So happy anniversary and happy birthday to each and every one of y'all that had a birthday today or over the weekend. We hope y'all had a wonderful time celebrating that with friends and family.
Now, I want to remind you of this. We'll be on this throughout today of watching what happens with the iffy thing is how much snow will we get? We all know that we're going to get something. The amount is yet to be determined. As the day progresses, the National Weather Service will fine-tune this. And again, we want to remind you this is something that is not done every day in the South. And the least little bit of temperature change, the wind change, makes all of this change a little bit there. There's a lot of people going ahead, erring on the side of precaution and letting schools out. The colleges mostly have. We have not heard a single thing locally on schools yet. As soon as we do, we'll pass that on. Now, you predict it will be late into the evening before any call like that is made, most likely.
I'd say by 6 o'clock at the latest. You'll get something. You want to make sure everybody's got enough time to make arrangements for junior and juniorette, that they've got some place to go in case mom and dad have to go to work tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be within a decent time that everybody can get that figured out.
Now,
and see what all else is going to be closed.
Right. Now, this has already been said by Enterprise. They're saying, basically, we're not going to say anything until tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
If you'll read that closely, that's the weather up there. And as soon as they come up with that, we'll pass that along. Some will go earlier than others, and we will get that. Now, again, we are getting snow. We just don't know the amount. Is it going to be less than half an inch? Is it just going to be a dusting?
Are you just going to be able to look out there and see it?
Or we get up in the morning and a poor little dash hound you can't see.
It's colder to him than them other dogs.
That's what I hear. But whichever it is, we want you to have fun with snow because we do not get it that often. Now, again, we're going to be tweaking this forecast throughout the day. Yesterday, I watched it, and Odie, I am not kidding you, about every hour and 10 minutes, it would do this. It was like a snake, up and down, up and down. I don't know what to do.
At church yesterday, one of our friends at church says that her daughter and son-in-law were wanting the grandkids to see some snow. So they had planned a trip to go to the mountains because they live in Foley, Alabama.
Right.
You don't get snow in Foley, Alabama. But you are tomorrow. Foley, Alabama will get snow. Robertsdale, Alabama will have snow. It's going to snow down there, just not here. So they bought or got set up for a nice trip to the mountains so the kiddos can see snow when the snow is coming to their house.
Right, bro.
So, yeah.
Again, let me show you. This is the blended where they put them all together and come up with the best guess of what we're going to get. This is what we got right now. Subject to change, but there's possibly 0.3 of an inch possible for Meridian. The further south you go, the more it gets. Now, again, this is subject to change. It could be more, it could be less. As soon as we have that, we'll let you know.
That's it.
We're at the end of the show, Odie, and you've got to lead us out with a Bible verse.
We're going to see what the Lord gave us today is Romans 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. Doesn't matter. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. I hope you have someone that really takes the meaning of that and understand that it doesn't matter. We've got to love one another. The Lord loves us and asks us to love one another. We might not like them, but you got to at least love them, because if you don't, it will eat you up from the inside and cause you more grief than you think. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe out there today. Be safe tonight and tomorrow especially. Say a prayer for these guys who's making these big decisions. We give them some information, but the decision is not ours, that's for sure.
That's correct.
But until then, y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all around somewhere. Until then, we love you and see you in the morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.